why you show up, what purpose and what drives you to be here at practice, what drives you on and off the court. Because if you understand why you're coming, then we can understand how to grow and learn and change from that. And I told them at one point, I said, look, it doesn't matter who's in that coaching box coaching you. What matters most is that you all show up for yourselves and for this team and continue to believe in each other. Because at the end of the day, it's up to these girls to execute the game plan. It's up to these girls to work together on the court. It doesn't matter whose method or voice is coming from the sideline. As long as they stay united, they will be an unstoppable force. So ladies, remember that as you're moving into this next season, that you all are incredible, capable athletes. You've shown us your hunger to compete. You've shown us your dedication to get better. And I promise you, you continue to stick with one another. You'll continue to make those waves in the TBL. I'm telling you what, exciting things are gonna happen. So be united and stay together. I know y'all heard me say it once, and I'll say it one last time here. Don't get yourself in a tizzy. Stay calm, cool, and collected. It's just basketball, ladies. Have a little fun with it. So thank you all for your incredible last 2 seasons, for this season, and I'll be rooting for you all every step of the way. And you seniors, you go rocking off the court. You guys are an awesome group. We would not have been the same team without your leadership and your dedication. So thank you all. Would you all just give me a second and congratulate these ladies for an excellent season? I know not everybody's up here, but every single basketball girl did have enough quarters to letter this year, so we'll hand out our certificates. And I also just want to note that Brinlyn is getting 2 certificates because she got first team all TBL for basketball, which is an incredible accomplishment. So once again, thank you all and congratulations.
All right, for those of you who don't know, most of you do, I'm Coach Bronson. I'm the head coach of the boys basketball team. I usually would go through a list of thank yous, and I apologize for not doing that today, but I have a lot of seniors I would like to talk about, and we also have a lot of speakers today. But thank you to everyone who helped make this basketball season successful. It takes an entire community to make that happen. And Blue Valley truly has that. Now, if I could have the team come up here and stand. And our Sam and Weston here. Sam and Weston were our managers. I knew they wouldn't stand up without me saying something, so I thought I'd call them up. All right. So throughout my speech, or in the very beginning, there will be a couple stat leaders that I'll go through, and they are just in my 10 years of coaching. They aren't in the entire history of Blue Valley, but I just want to make that clear. All right, so seniors, I've taught this group since 5th grade. in PE, and I think I could describe the whole class as a group, as a group of kids that work hard, and that includes the girls as well, and have a bright future ahead. So if I kind of ran out of adjectives when I describe these kids, because they're all just hard workers and have a bright future. So when I call your names, seniors, I'll have you step forward. Ethan Kirby. Okay, all right, I'll talk about him anyways. He's respectful and a hard-working kid. His length around the basket was always causing us problems in practice. Especially, he caused a lot of problems for Braden. Tennessee Hartman. He's just a smart kid and attention to detail. Tennessee is always able to pick up on the things I'm saying, and he picks them up quickly and he makes it happen. Not only that, but he strives to be the best in all he does, and he does a lot at this school, and he'll continue to do that. Lincoln Schmitz, respectful and hardworking. Lincoln has a knack in basketball for being sneaky and finishing around the rim. Trevor and Lincoln always had a rivalry in practice, and it was good for both of them to get better. All three of the seniors I just mentioned deserve more playing time than they received, but I think it speaks to their character that it never once caused any problems within the team. They just came to practice and worked their butts off and supported their teammates as best they could. Trace Sump. Trace has always been a great kid and a guy who leads by example. I would still put Trace in those categories. However, this year, Trace stepped up vocally, specifically in practice. He brought an energy every day that helps build a positive atmosphere. His shot didn't fall the way it did his junior year, but his energy and defense was a major factor in our success this season. King Braden Brockman. Braden earned first team All-League. He went to the Highland All-Star game as well as several other honors. Braden was second, has the second most points in a career since I've been coaching, second most rebounds, third in three-pointers made, and first in assists. Okay, by the way, the players called him King. I thought it was a little much. His head's big enough. But he really was another coach out there. There's a reason they called him that, and it's because he was a leader for us, and they followed in his footsteps. All right, Landon Sump. Landon Sump in his career has the highest field goal percentage of anyone I've coached. Landon would probably claim that basketball wasn't his best sport. Even so, Landon's leadership attributes make him the type of player you have to play. Landon is the type of competitor you need on your team. He doesn't care about his own glory or if he's scoring. All he cares about is team success. Trevor Clark. He's second to Landon in career field goal percentage, and he just missed out. But yeah, those are the top two in field goal percentage since I've been coaching. Trevor has grown tremendously, but specifically the last 2 years, Trevor has grown as a basketball player. I've told the kids in the past that I want hoopers. I think I've come up with what a hooper is. They don't always have to be the best, but when they step on the court, they believe they are. Trevor believed he was the best, and I'm not knocking him on that. He came to practice or to games, even though he says it's not his best sport. I truly believe Trevor is a hooper, and he's just as competitive as they come. Now we'll talk about our season and how we got there. 3 years ago, we went 18-5. We had signature wins against Troy. We had a buzzer beater in that game to go to overtime. We had 2 wins against Hanover, one at their place, one to advance to the TBL championship. Another one, we had a win against Osborne to advance to the sub-state championship. We won that game by 1. And then for the last 2 years, in my opinion, we've definitely, desperately searched for another signature win. I mean, we've had a lot of wins, a lot of good wins, but we want a signature win. Last year, we had several 1-point losses or 2-point losses. We had Axel down in sub-state. We were up 25-11 going into halftime. And we did have 2 wins against Frankfurt that year. And then this year was a lot of the same. We had a lot of close games. We had a last-second play against Osborne. We threw it to the ball to Nate at half court with 4 or 5 seconds left. I can't remember the exact time. Nate threw it to Trevor. Trevor improvised to get the ball and found Trace for a last-second layup to force overtime. That was an awesome moment and one that we'll never forget. We ended up losing in overtime. NEK, Clifton Clyde, Hanover, Frankfurt, Axel, Centralia, they were all tough losses. Our last game of the year, Parents' Night, we had a tough loss against Centralia at home, but we had another chance, and we played them in the first round of sub-state, and it was at their place. And I watched that film today. I'm not sure why, because I could have just asked Braden and he would have told me each and every possession, second by second. But I did watch it, and I'll start by talking about the fourth quarter. We were down by 8 points with roughly 4 minutes to go. Braden got fouled, hit 2 free throws. We're down 6. We have a baseline out of bounds play for Trevor. Do you remember that play call, Trevor? Anybody remember what the play was? Okay. All right. It was double flex. Remember it now? Okay. All right. Trevor gets a layup. We're down 4. Hayes gets a big rebound. Outlets to Jaron. Jaron, we have a 2-on-1. Gives it up to Braden. Now we're down 2. Okay. So that all happened really fast. Down 8 points with 4 minutes left, and then all of a sudden we're down 2. They do score. We get fouled, throw up another play for Trevor. And then we are pressing down 2 with a minute left. They find a guy underneath the basket, but we sprint it back, fouled him. But it's better than giving up a layup, that he only hit 1 free throw. So now we're down 3. And then, let me see my notes. All right, so then we get the rebound off a free throw. All right, okay. Now, then we miss an opportunity, then they miss an opportunity. We foul, Trevor gets a rebound, outlets to Braden, Braden pushes it, finds Reed in the corner, and bang, Reed hits a 3. Weston on the recording I was watching today. Comeback of the year, he says. So yeah, now we're tied up, some other things happen, and we're going to overtime. In overtime, Braden gets a power layup. A rip and go from Hayes for a layup. Braden gets his own rebound for a layup and 1. And we're up 1 in the final. They foul. Braden hits 2 big free throws, and they miss a shot at the buzzer. So it was a process, and we finally got our big win. We followed up that game with our most impressive win of the season, in my opinion, not just because of the score, but I think we've been working for 2 years basically for that big win, and we finally got it. And then we really played together as a team against Lincoln, both defensively and offensively. And then we played against Frankfurt, and again, I just thought we competed like crazy, and our shots weren't falling. But I know I've talked a lot about wins and losses. We've had both, but there's something that I hope they embrace, and that's something they've taught me as well, is that it's about the process. It was a joy to come to practice every day, and I thank them for buying into the process. Thank you.
Power lifters, please come forward. He asked if I had a speech. No, I do not. So, I'm real quick just going to share some stats about the powerlifting for these kids. So Braden and Trevor have been powerlifting for 4 years. This is my first year being the official coach, although I've been a driver for them their sophomore year and an assistant coach their junior year. So I went back and I did a little research on their stats. So Braden has competed in powerlifting 4 years. In those 4 years, he's had 12 competitions where he's lifted a total of 15,590 pounds. He finished 8th overall in the 220-pound class in state in 2024. Trevor competed for 4 years. He went through 5 competitions and he lifted 5,230 pounds. Amelia joined us this year. She's not here tonight, but she only went to 1 meet this year, but at that 1 meet, she took first place in everything. Ben Bucky is our sophomore. I can say that Ben is probably going to be the most decorated powerlifter Blue Valley is going to have. As a sophomore, he's been to 6 competitions. He's lifted 8,380 pounds. He's got 6th overall in the 148-pound class in state in 2024. That included 5th in bench, 4th in squat, and he got 5th overall this year in the 181-pound class. 5th in bench, 2nd in squat. Great job, Ben. Tice Hartman, this is his first year as a freshman. He went to 5 competitions this year, and he lifted 2,976 pounds. And then Brack Webster, freshman, this is his first year. He went to 5 competitions as well and lifted 4,055 pounds. So powerlifting is an individual sport. I think it's a lot like track. You get 3 lifts essentially to do your best. And all of those statistics of how many pounds they lifted was every time that they were successful at a lift. It tallied up all their weight. I encourage everyone to try powerlifting. I am not a coach, so to speak, because I really don't work with the kids. That's all Blake and Coach Cravens. The work that they do in the weight room over the summer, throughout the school year, that's the work. They don't have to do anything extra. The powerlifting is a reward for the work that they put in throughout the year. And for these kids, it's a long day. We typically leave around 6 o'clock in the morning, sometimes 5 o'clock when it comes to state. And we usually don't get home till 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock in the evening. So a long day that takes a lot of dedication. So thank you guys for putting in the work, for allowing me to cheer you on in your success. And I look forward to another great year next year.
I have all my shotgun kids come up, please? My name's Susan Shanks. I've been the shotgun coach for the last 5 years, ever since we started this team. We have middle schoolers from 7th grade through seniors. And one thing with shotgun is there is no distinction between middle school and high school. They compete against each other in their conference, so there's all one team. Our conferences are based on how many kids are in each school participating. So it's very common to have a 1A school competing against a 6A school. So, and they're from all over the state. We could have someone from western Kansas all the way to eastern Kansas. We have 16 kids this year. We had a couple kids that were brand new, came out and did a really good job. Daniel even gave his brother a run for his money, first time he shot. Surprised everybody. I can't say how proud I am of all of them. We are still in the middle of our season. We've got this week for scoring and one more week yet. So currently we are still sitting in first in our conference. So, and I don't see us dropping. Out of the 16, I've got 14 of them that will be competing at the state match in June. And then we will take a team to nationals in Michigan in July. So hopefully compete with individual and team there. So. And these kids will tell you, it never fails that when we have to shoot, we always have 20-mile-an-hour winds out there when we're trying to hit those clays, and it's not fun. The one week we didn't have the wind, we had rain. Great job, everyone.
Miss Palmgren couldn't be here tonight, so I'm just going to give the letters for Scholars Bowl for her. The first letter goes to Ola. Come up. The next one goes to Jaden. Nora. Titus. Anna. Kelby. And Ben. Thank you.
Can we get the middle school track field up here, please? Hello again. As you know, I'm Coach Ryan, Coach MJ right here as well, and Coach Maddie Kravitz couldn't be here as well. I can honestly say it was our absolute pleasure this year to coach these kids in the track and field this year. For whatever reason, this year we did not have any rain or snow or blizzards during our track meets, so that was a really good blessing. We really took advantage of that. We did have some wind, but it wasn't nearly as last year. Out of these 34 kids this year, we had, at the BVL League just last week, we had 17 finish in the top 6. Out of those 17, 12 finished in the top 3. And out of those 12, technically 4 events, but one is a relay, so that will be 7, are first place winners. So we currently hold a 100-meter BVL League champion, which will be Turner Clausen. He's also a 200-meter BVL champion as well. Elliot, Trent, Bo, and Turner are also a 4x1 BVL League champion. And Levi Corkle is a champion in 2 mile as well. These are wonderful achievements at themselves, but what I really want to focus on is that all these student athletes have competed and have presented more with less. When I say less, I mean we are not competing on asphalt or on rubber tracks out there. That's a dirt or gravel track out there. We have a shot put pit that has seen better days. We have long jump runoffs that are maybe a little bit past their prime, but we do not use any of that as excuses. We can still perform to the best of our ability with whatever resources we have. And this right here just shows us that it doesn't matter if you have a fancy $1 million facility, it would be nice, but we can still win with hard work and dedication. And that comes from each and every one of these kids, also being led by each and every one of you as parents, spectators, and supporters. It's very important that if we were to build something bigger than who we are, it starts with you, allowing us as coaches to then teach these young men and women how to become the best they can be, regardless of what scenario they're in. While track and field is considered an individual sport, we do kind of want to signify a couple of awards. So our certificate of achievements or specialty, Turner Clausen has the most points scored in boys track and field season. Turner, we come here, please. Gabby Schreiber scored the most points for our girls. Our most improved award goes to Clay Buchanan. From Clay's 6th grade year to his 8th grade year, he has improved roughly 37% on his distances of his discus as well as shot put. That's really, really good. We also have a newbie award. That's somebody, whether they're a 6th grader or new to the sport as well, and that goes to JC Bailey. And just as a word of advice, if any of you parents want to get your kids' attention, just ask them who Sally is, and you'll get their responses, and they'll probably ask them about that later. Thank you very much, guys.
I don't really like to talk a whole lot, so I'll make this short and sweet. I really enjoyed you guys letting me have your girls for a season for the second year, some of you the first year. So everybody knows I hold these girls near and dear to my heart. They are all like my second child, every single one of them. Love them like my own. So they've taught me a lot this year, mostly the lingo of the growing teenage kids this time. We've had our ups and downs, a lot of losses. However, the one thing I told them this year is I wanted them to learn to love the game like I have. I hope I have instilled that in them. I believe I have. They have given it right back to me. They have given us not only our first win, but they have given me 2 wins. They have given the district 2 wins, our first 2 wins ever for Blue Valley. I will say, Kirsten Ellison last year hit the first home run for the district. Kelby's goal for this year was to hit 1 home run. She far surpassed that and hit 2 home runs this season. So I absolutely love these girls. The 3 seniors that we are losing, Eve Corkle, Izzy Wright, and Kaylee Carter, who Kaylee just came to us this year, but she has been such an addition to this team. Going to miss you girls so much next year. I don't know what we'll do without you guys. So all I ask is keep going and whatever you choose to do, don't lose your passion because I know you have it. So short and sweet, love you girls, love everything. Keep going in what you want. So thank you guys very much.
Everybody for being here tonight. One thing I will have to repeat from last year. It is quite a joy to drive 2 hours away to have twice as many or 3 times as many fans in the crowd supporting your team as what the home team has. A real tribute to the participation that the parents and grandparents here at Blue Valley have. I know the players appreciate it, the coaches appreciate it, and as they grow older and wiser, they will appreciate it a heck of a lot more than what they do now. I normally do the first, but tonight we have something special at the end, so the other tri-coaches are going to speak first while I hand out the certificates and the pins.
Well, I just want to say a few words about our underclassmen on this team. They've had a great example with these seniors on what it looks like to work hard, to show up and compete every day, and they are taking right after those seniors. They show up every day, they work hard. Baseball looks like a slow sport when you're watching it. In fact, sometimes it's downright painful to watch it on TV. But it changes when you get on the field. And when that ball's coming at you at 110 mile an hour, there's nothing slow about that. And each one of these young underclassmen has stood in there and taken the reps, got some bruises. In fact, actually, I think maybe Lee might have ball magnet award of the year by being hit so many times in the batter's box. But he's a tough guy. They're all tough, and we've got a bright future in Blue Valley baseball.
I just wanted to thank a few people. Mitch Ennis, he's our MVP, our most valuable parent. Those that don't know, Mitch does all the field maintenance. He drags and marks the field before every game. He even mowed the field this year. He drove the bus to every away game, and loaded and unloaded it every time. On top of that, he runs Game Changer for us, the app during the game, when I'm sure he'd be, much more relaxed getting watching his sons play ball. He's doing that app every game, okay? I would like to thank Lee. Those of you that don't know, Lee donated 3 years of his time to this district to help build a baseball program. If anybody had a reason to ever just walk away when things got hard, it was Lee Buchanan, and he was there on his own time, on his own free will, and he did that. I'd also like to thank Coach Herb. Herb, I told you 4 years ago, if anybody else would have asked, I would have said no, and I never told you why. You've been working with these kids since they were 8 years old, and as a parent who has to send their child out into the world to deal with adults, the only thing that really matters is will they give their time, their patience, and their kindness, and I saw enough of that to know that I wanted to work with you. These seniors, the whole program was created for them, and I'm proud of the fact that they saw it through to the very end. They showed up every day, and they worked their tails off, and they never quit on each other. And because of that, I think they're all winners. Coach.
A few things about them. One thing I will tell you is they don't quit. I have learned the hard way that hard work and dedication doesn't always account for wins. We've had very, very, very much trouble getting wins. They never gave up. They still come to practice. They work hard, trying to get better. Better equates in a lot of different ways. This year, we can tell you, to show the betterment we have made, we have played more 7-inning games this year than what we played in the last 2 years combined, meaning we're not getting run through. We are in a lot of games. We are in a very, very competitive area of high school baseball, and these kids stand up and do their job. To show you their resilience, Wednesday night we was behind 8-0 in the 5th inning. Been really easy just to lay down, quit, get on the bus and come home. No, not in their nature, guys. They came back, scored 8 runs, ultimately didn't work out for us, but if that doesn't get you excited about the future of the program, I don't know what does. So we have a lot of underclassmen. They will not have a senior on the team next year. So anything they learn next year, they'll be back the following year. Bigger and better things to come. There's a few classes coming up that have at least 5 in 2 consecutive classes that'll play, and they're pretty darn good ball players. So I look for good things to happen. Their behavior all year has been nothing but exemplary. We've had comments from 3 different umpires telling us they wish every game the other team would behave as well as ours do. So I take a lot of pride in that. The league commissioner, I've had a couple of conversations with him in the last week. He said the same thing. He's had 2 umpires tell him that Blue Valley behaves like they should behave. Other teams don't. So I'm very proud of that, and they should be too. So let's give them a round of applause. These 5 right here. Could I have their family stand up, please, their parents and grandparents? This is important. Yeah, I don't know how many in this room are aware. These 5 people and those families that are standing right there, they are Blue Valley baseball. Without them, there would still be no Blue Valley baseball. When a young man finished his 14-year-old youth league season, he would be done. No other recourse to play baseball. These 5 families, these 5 young men, I can't imagine how many hours it took, how many phone calls, how much mileage. They convinced the school to do it. The school did it, and it's because of these 5 and those families. So my hat is off for them. we have something a little special. And I have one more official duty as baseball coach at Blue Valley. On the 27th of May, I will be venturing to McPherson very early in the morning to represent Braden Ennis as his nomination for All-State. He hit .424 this year, and I believe has a really, really good shot at making the first or second team. So, that's it.
From the senior baseball players, I just want to say thank you to the community. The Big U dream that built our field. When we were in 8th grade, we didn't have any idea of getting to play high school baseball. And then our freshman year, we just had a JV team and no vision of a field getting to be played here at Randolph. But all these people made it happen. Josh Williams, Mitch Ennis, Tim Ennis. They took so much time at that field, moving dirt, putting in a fence, and then Lee helping us remove the fence and putting up foul poles. We just want to thank all of you. You're the reason we're here. Everybody that's just put time and money into us. We are just so grateful for you. Thank you.
Good evening, I'm Katie Jones, one of the high school track coaches. Coach Cravens couldn't make it tonight, so he wanted us to share his words with you all. If I could have the high school track athletes please join us. I want to start by saying thank you everyone for joining us tonight. On behalf of Coach Cravens, Coach Peterson, and myself, we would like to thank all of the parents for their time and support throughout the season. We would also like to thank the student athletes for their time and dedication into the season. We just had our league track meet last night, so we don't have anything finalized as far as lettering or special awards yet, but we do have PR balls. So just a few stats. So far in this season, we have 194 PRs throughout the season. We usually do PR balls after each meet, but 194 is a lot of PR balls, so we are a little behind. We have had 4 school records broke this year, and we're on the brink of a few more. The ones that have been broken are the girls 4x1, which consists of Eve, Lexi, Briley, and Amelia. The boys 4x1 was also broke, which was Brody, Trace, Jaron, and Trevor. The girls 200-meter dash, which is Amelia. And then the girls 4x4 was broke last night, which was Briley, Lydia, Eve, and Amelia. We will be traveling to Royal Valley on Thursday to compete in our regional track meet, which is the toughest region in the state, consisting of many top 10 marks and times across 1A. These athletes standing up here are ready for the task, and we're anxious to see what they can do moving forward. Please give them a round of applause. If our seniors can please stay up, everyone else can be seated, thank you. We're just going to highlight our seniors that are here. The ones that are not are Amelia, Lexi, and Michaela. Starting with Kaylee, some of her main events that she does is the 4x8, the 800, and the open 400. Woo. Trace has signed to continue on in his track career at Kansas Westland, and his main events are the 4x8, 4x4, 4x1, and the open 400, and he was part of the team that broke the school record in the 4x1. Trevor has signed with Pratt, and his main events are now high jump, the 100 meter dash, the 4x1, and 4x4, and he's helped break the 4x1 also. And then Eve. Eve, her events are the 4x1, 4x4, and the 100, and she has helped break both the 4x1 and the 4x4 records. Thank you all again.
Let's take a moment and give all the athletes and the coaches another round of applause, please. I just have a couple of things to kind of close out not only this banquet, but our school year. It's kind of great. We finished yesterday, and we just appreciate all of you being back. And take a look at all those students. They are so eager to be back in school. They came during a day they didn't have to. So thank you so much. I love your enthusiasm, and thank you for being here. I know Assistant Coach Paige Scott for volleyball was here earlier, and at this banquet, for volleyball, we talked about competitiveness in our league. At that time, we talked about 4 volleyball teams making it to state. And I don't know, I just feel that we need to keep thinking about this. We had 7, basketball coaches, please correct me if I'm wrong. We had 7 basketball teams from boys and girls that made state, and multiple of them placed 1 through 3, first place, second place, or third place. Hanover and Lynn played each other in Colby for first and second place in state. Wow. Okay, wow. I want that to set in a little bit. Because as I said last fall, every court, and I appreciate Coach Kaylee and Coach Ryan talking about it 2 or 3 times, and Coach Ryan bringing it up a couple of different times when he got up here. Coach Herb as well when he talked about fans and the competitiveness as well. But when you take a look at when our students step on a court, step on concrete at the shooting sports, step on grass or turf or whatever it is, it's a state level competition when we play in our league. It's not easy. There's no easy wins. And when the coaches talk about winning and getting better and close losses, that's a win. I'm very fortunate to get to go to all these activities and see our kids compete. One thing that I look for is, are they getting better? And are they happy and learning the game and feeling passionate about what they do? And I've seen that. And Mitch, I need to get to a powerlifting sport, so you need to keep me on that next year. That's probably the only event that's been here tonight that I haven't been to in my 2 years here. And whether it's Scholars Bowl, holy cow, getting them to buzz in and having that confidence, and especially some of the interrupts that go on, clear into the shooting sports and that win. You know, I remember playing football, we talked about the rain and all that other stuff. Man, at the state competition last year, they were, okay, are the yellow ones or the blue ones? What kind of color or lenses is going to see that? The wind comes up just right and it takes a left. There's a lot of things that go into these sports. And I just appreciate our students' ability to compete each each and every day. And so I want to challenge you, the parents, grandparents, I want to challenge you to go into our communities. Because it is a mindset. Coach Ryan talked about it. And I know we live close to Manhattan, and Bill Snyder gets the credit of getting better each day. The guy has taken some great fundamentals and has taken some great, and I'm just going to say average athletes and turned them into champions, because he invests in them not only as a person, but also in their mental ability to do better each day, just like our coaches. But I'm asking you as a public, as our community, as our parents, we need to step up. We need to encourage these kids and constantly, positively say, hey man, I know it's tough, great job. When they come off the court, when they come off the field, when we're at coffee shops, when we're talking at church or wherever, let's talk about the good things that are going on in our classrooms and in our activities and our athletics. Because we have a lot of things going on here. I was at Rock Hills, that Lincoln game, that was my old league when I was superintendent 3 years. I was surprised we weren't playing Osborne, because they're the only ones that kick tail. We won that game by over 30 points. It was great. I mean, I got to razz some people that I like to razz up there, and I haven't for a while. But that was a non-league team that from start to tip-off to the end, we dominated that game. That's how competitive our league is. And I just want to say, mindset, competitive league, work hard, but the thing that I'm challenging you, how can we encourage and promote? Each and every day, from here till we meet again, till a year from now, as we go through our lives and our work, and our church, and our coffee, no matter whoever we talk to, how can we encourage and promote what our youth do, what you guys do as parents, and what our coaches and our teachers do each and every day in this district? Because I think that's the secret sauce. That's what's going to make these guys achieve even more. So I appreciate your support. I appreciate everything that's going on. And if you would please, I would like to close with a little prayer. So if you'd please take an attitude of prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we just thank you for this time together. We thank you for this time of recognizing our student athletes, recognizing our scholars. And Lord, we just thank you for keeping everyone so safe the last couple of weeks as we celebrate accomplishments of graduating seniors and promoting 8th graders. And Lord, we just ask that you be with each and every one of us as we leave tonight. Keep us safe. Wrap us in your love. And Lord, be with us as we meet others so that we can encourage and promote not only how wonderful Blue Valley is, but the workings and miracles and the grace that you give. In your name we pray. Amen. Thank you and have a great summer.
I'll be hosting math camp for incoming 6th through 8th graders. See our Facebook to sign up. Go Rams.
Go Rams.